Namaste. I, JVN Nitika Chatwal, Assistant Professor in Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, is here to deliver the lecture on Pharmaceutical Assurance Quality, which is the subject in BPharm 6th semester. And under this subject, we are going to study GLP, that is Good Laboratory Practices, which is in Unit 3rd, and this is the continuation of previous two lectures. Now we are continuing about GLP responsibilities. In this, the test quality, facility, organization and personnel are studied in the previous lecture. Now we are going to study about quality assurance program responsibilities. In this, the test facility should have a documented quality assurance program to assure that studies performed are in compliance with these principles of GLP. The quality assurance program should be carried out by an individual or by individuals designed by the directly responsible to management and who are familiar with the test procedures. This individual should not be involved in the conduct of the study being assured. Responsibilities of the quality assurance personnel is the responsibility of the quality assurance personnel include but are not limited to the following functions. They should maintain copies of all approved study plans and standard operating procedures in use in the best facility and have access to an up-to-date copy of the master schedule. The second operation of this system is to verify that the study plan contains the information required for compliance with these principles of GLP. The verification should be documented. Conduct inspection to determine if all studies are conducted in accordance with these principles of GLP. Inspections should also determine that study plans and standard or operating procedures have been made available to study personnel and being followed. Inspections can be of three types as specified by Quality Assurance Program Standard Operating Procedures. The first type is study-based inspection. The second type is facility-based inspection. The third type is process-based inspection. Record of such inspection should be retained. Inspect the final reports to confirm that the methods, procedures, and observations are accurately and completely described and that the reported results accurately and completely reflects the raw data of the studies. Promptly reports any inspection results in writing to management and to the study director and to the principal investigators and respective management when applicable. Prepare and sign a statement to be included with the final report, which specifies types of inspections and their data, including the phase of the study inspected. This statement would also serve to confirm that the final report reflects the raw data. Now, facilities in this test facility. The test facility should be of suitable size, construction, and location to meet the requirements of the study and to minimize disturbance that would interfere with the validity of the study. The design of the test facility should provide an adequate degree of separation of the different activities to assure the proper conduct of each study. Now, facilities for handling test and reference items to prevent contamination of mix-up. Three should be there should be separate rooms or areas for receipt and shortage and or the test and reference items and mixing of the test items with a vehicle, storage rooms on areas for the test items should be separate from rooms or areas containing the test system. They should be adequate to preserve, identify concentration, purity, and stability and ensure safe storage for hazardous substance. Now, this is for the facility for handling test and reference items. Archive facilities in this archive facility should be provided for the secure storage and retrieval of study plans, raw data, final reports, sample of test items and specimens. Archive design and archive conditions should protect contents from ultimately or untimely deterioration. In waste disposal, handling and disposal of waste should be carried out in such a way as not to jeopardize the integrity of studies. This includes a way as not to provision for appropriate collection, storage, and disposal facilities, and decontamination and transportation procedures. Apparatus including validated computerized systems used for the generation, storage, and retrieval of data and for controlling environmental factors relevant to the study should be suitably located and of appropriate design and adequately capacity. Apparatus used in a study should be periodically inspected, cleaned, maintained, and calibrated. Chemical reagents and solutions should be labeled to indicate identity, expiry date, and specific storage instructions. Information concerning source, preparation, date, and stability should be available. In test system, physical or chemical in this apparatus used for generation of physical or chemical data should be suitably located and of appropriate design and adequate capacity. The integrity of the physical or chemical test system should be ensured. In biological, there should be soaps for the housing, feeding, handling, and care of animals. All newly received animals and their health status should be checked by an veterinarian at the institution or initiation of a non-clinical study. Animals should be free of any disease or condition that might interfere with the purpose and conduct of the study. Test reference and reference items. Receipt handling, sampling, and storage in this records including test items and reference items, characterization, date of receipt, expiry date, quantities received and used in studies should be maintained. Handling, sampling, and storage procedures should be identified in order that the homogeneity and stability are assured to the degree of possible and contamination of mix-up are reduced. Storage containers should carry identification information, expiry date, and specific storage instructions. Characterization, each test and reference item should be appropriately identified. For example, code, chemical extract, service register number, that is CAS number, name, biological parameters should be there. For each study, the identify or identity, including batch number, purity, composition, its concentration, or other characteristics to appropriately define each batch of the test or reference item should be known. The stability of test and reference item under storage and test conditions should be known for all studies. A sample for Analytical purpose from each batch of test items should be retained for all studies except short-term studies. In standard operating procedure, that is SOP, means documented procedures which describe how to perform tests or activities normally not specified in details in study plans or test guidelines. A test facility should have written standard operating procedure approved by test facility management that are intended to ensure the quality and integrity of the data generated by that test facility. The revision to standard operating procedure should be approved by test facility management. Each separate test facility unit or area should have immediately available current standard operating procedure relevant to the activities being performed therein. Published textbooks, analytical methods, particles, and manuals may be used as supplements of these standard operating procedures. Deviations deviations from standard operating procedures related to the study should be documented and should be acknowledged by the study director and the principal investigator as applicable. Performance of the study. In the study plan for each study, a written plan should exist prior to initiation of the study. The study plan should be approved by dated signature of the study director and verified for GLP compliance by a quality assurance personnel. The study plan should also be approved by the test facility management and the sponsor if required by national regulation or legislation in the country where the study is being performed. Amendments to the study plan should be justified and approved by dated signature of the study director and maintained with the study plan. Deviations from the study plan should be described, explained, acknowledged, and dated in timely fashion by the study director and or principal investigator and maintained with the study raw data. Now, conduct of the study. The conduct of the study includes the study should be conducted in accordance with the study plan. All the data generated during the conduct of the study should be recorded directly, promptly, accurately, and legibly with dated signature. Any change in the raw data should explain the reason for change with dated signature. Computerized systems should be validated and operated in accordance to GLP principles. Reporting of study results. A final report should be prepared for each study. Reports of principal investigators or scientists involved in the study should be signed and dated by them. The final report should be signed and dated by the study director to indicate acceptance of responsibility for the validity of the data. The extent of compliance with these principles of good laboratory practices should be indicated. Corrections and additions to a final report should be in the form of amendment that should clearly specify the reason for the corrections or additions and should be signed and dated by study directors. Reformatting of the final report to comply with the submission requirements of a national registration or regulatory authority does not constitute a correction, addition, or amendment to the final report. And storage and retention of record and materials, the principles are retained in the archives for the period specified by the appropriate authority. In this, the study plan, raw data, samples of tests and reference items, specimens, and the final report of each study should be there. Records of all inspectories performed by the Quality Assurance Program as well as master schedules are also there. Record of qualifications, training, experience and job description of personnel, records and reports of the maintenance and calibration and of apparatus should be there. Validation documentation for computerized system should be there. The historical files for of all standard operating should be in or retained in archives for the period specified by the appropriate authority, and environmental reporting records are also should be retained in the archive. These are all the storage and retention of records and materials. And this is all about GLP. So thank you so much for listening to this. And if you have any queries, please let me know. And please make sure to write down some short notes about this topic and make a star note on important questions. If you, so thank you so much for listening. Thank you.